love this. If folks who don't know me, I actually love this action. This is great. The more you yell, the more excited I get. So give me
Terry McAuliffe, who was behind the scenes in nearly every campaign where Clinton was on top of the ticket, has moved to the front of the shop.
What happened?
Oh!
Wow.
He's running for governor of Virginia, and he's doing it his way. He doesn't seem constrained by the rules of behavior that govern most candidates.
Who wants a beer? Hey, my wife. Not my daughter, my wife, I said. We've built a new Democratic Party up and down the ballot.
He's gone from being a campaign chief, big bucks fundraiser, and head of the Democratic National Committee to a much smaller stage. From global affairs to, well, more pedestrian issues, like traffic or chicken waste.
It gets me excited. 500,000 tons of chicken waste, which we can convert into energy. I love chickens.
He's long been one of Bill Clinton's closest confidants, golfing buddy, fundraiser, best friend in a crisis, and then was a very active and tireless national chairman for Hillary Clinton's presidential campaign.
I do about 10 cities a week, and I've been doing this since January 20th, so I'm still ticking.
Today, the lessons of winning with the Clintons and also losing to Obama are embedded in Mr. McAuliffe's campaign.
Tonight, let us set a clear national goal. All children should be able to read on their own by the 3rd grade.
I promise you every child will be read by the time they leave 3rd grade.
We just need to be organized. We need to have a plan.
Everyone in business knows you can't be successful unless you have a plan. If you go to my website, terrymcauliffe.com.
HillaryClinton.com.
HillaryClinton.com. Send money.
Another thing he's taken from the Clinton playbook is an emphasis on fundraising and resources. This year, he's raised and spent a lot, smothering his opponents in money and everything it buys, such as signs, hundreds of them, outside campaign events.
He has really done a great job on these signs today. All it tells me is that every member of his staff put up one sign. That's what it tells me.
I arrived a little late today because it took a while to knock down all those Terry signs on the way in here today.
It's not about the size of the signs. It's about keeping it up all night.
As for campaign style, his overcaffeinated persona is both a personality trait and a political message in a state that has been slammed by the recession.
I will fire it up every day. I won't sleep for 4 straight years. You got my word on that. As governor, I want to call President Obama. I want every single penny of the stimulus coming to Virginia.
He's promising that his network of friends will help bring new business, such as movie making, to the state.
I have spoken to Tom Hanks. I've spoken to others in this business. I've dealt with him a long time in my different political activities. Maybe I'm too optimistic, but I've been successful in my life being probably too optimistic.
One particularly memorable moment of McAuliffe over-optimism may come back to haunt him in this race.
I brought you back your own Bacardi Gold from Puerto Rico. You and I are going to share this together to celebrate another big win by Hillary Clinton. When's she going to concede, brother?
Oh, gosh. You're not to do that. That is water. I'm just going to...
At the end of the campaign, when most everyone else had declared the race over, he fought to the end, maybe past the end. It was Barack Obama who won Virginia handily. And now, one of McAuliffe's Democratic opponents, Brian Moran, is trying to use that against him. Understandably, McAuliffe doesn't emphasize the Hillary Clinton chapter of his biography.
I spent 5 months on the road, traveled all over the country, traveled all over Virginia for Barack Obama in the general election.
But Bill Clinton's popularity does seem to be an asset, at least in this primary season.
The press says, oh, well, Terry McAuliffe raised millions of dollars for Bill Clinton, he's got to show up. And that's absolutely true. Let's not be...
What Mr. McAuliffe has to reconcile is that it's now a very different time than the Clinton era he helped create. This is the Obama era. Obama's candidacy was in many ways a renunciation of the kind of campaign, big money, Washington insiders, that McAuliffe embodies. So Terry McAuliffe, the insider, has become Terry McAuliffe, the outsider.
If you're looking for someone from the outside to come in who hasn't been caught up in all the partisan battles down in Richmond...
You turn the mic off on that one.
Well, more importantly, the camera.
He has reason to be wary. Virginia was the site of one of the most notorious YouTube moments ever, when George Allen seemed to use a racial slur against an Indian-American staffer of his then opponent.
Macaca, or whatever his name is.
McAuliffe definitely flies close to the sun at times, and his opponents are hoping, nay waiting, for him to make a macaca-level gaffe. As is the practice, they send campaign workers with video cameras to trail him.
That's a good man.
But Mr. McAuliffe hasn't slipped so far and is working to discipline himself. In the end, it will be his own transition from behind the stage to the front of it that will decide his fate. Outrageous? Yes. Old-time politics? Indeed. For some who follow him, though, he is a bit of a guilty pleasure. Much more colorful than his rivals, the question is whether voters are going to want to indulge during such difficult times.